Hello YouTube. Now that it's warmer out and it's less cold in the garage, I can finally clean some brass. Now this is my 38s and 27s, a little sneaky one. This I cleaned using the other method that I showed you in the previous video, water bucket and a simple solution. Now because of the cold weather, I haven't been able to really use this yet. And as you know, I've been having problems with my reloading press. So before casing the lubing the cases, I'll be cleaning it. Now when I bought this, I didn't really read a whole box because people were buying stuff off the shelves so fast. It comes with this, but I stupidly bought this, which was 75 bucks. So if anyone is near me in Montreal, you can come pick it up. Now, what I'm going to use is Dawn with a couple of drops of water spots, but it did come with this. These are the 2 boxes of 1,000 rounds. Comes in 10 boxes of this, 115 grain. Now this is dirty. This is the other box. This was cleaned also with the other method, but it's not as effective as I thought. Before I bought these, this is what I bought before. Yeah, 21 bucks a pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like over 100 bucks right there. So these I'm gonna have to take out, add into the mix. These are my old 308s. My gun is banned, so I don't really use it much. As you can see, I have the reloading kit here. I also have it for the 303 British. These were separately bought. These are reloaded many times. These are recent purchases. Yeah, 35 bucks. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 35. Do the math. Yeah. This is before the pandemic. These were like 15 bucks. 15 bucks, 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes. So these I haven't cleaned before, but I've reloaded them many times because I used the kit, and the kit cleaning is not as much as important. Now this, all this, I use this. It's very good, but it's very long. Hence the reason why I bought the reloading bench. Now, I'm not going to bore you showing me undo all this, so with movie magic, I'll get it ready. Alright, due to the amount of 9mm, this is all we're going to do. I'm going to do that on another batch. Now, my version does come with another clear end, so I'm not going to dump it all savage. Now, because I have more than 2,000 rounds, I'm not going to put everything at once. I'm going to try and split it half and half. So this I know for a fact is 1 box of 1,000 rounds. This one I'm not very sure about the amount, so I'm going to put half. So half of this, and the next batch will be the rest. Okay. That should be enough of that. So, because they're very dirty, I will end up putting most of this. So, let's go to the sink. Alright, the instruction says to put the water level up to here.
Jeez.
One try to get away. Okay, now when I was about to fill it, I realized that everything I put mounted up to here. So I put the rest of the 1,000 rounds. So it's roughly now halfway full around empty cases. So my next session will be the rest mixed in with other rounds. Now for this, I think I'll need scissors for this. Hold on. Sorry about that. So I'll use the pins that came with the box. Instead of shake before. Don't know why, because it'll be shaking for a couple of hours. There's like this brown residue after I shook it. I don't know if that's normal. And this I will save to help collect the pins. You'll see how I do it after. And as you can tell by the bottom, there's no leak. The seal's already good. And you have to make sure that this is on properly. I'm just going to recheck the seal, make sure it's all nice and tight. Now this is not This is the first cleaning, so that's why I didn't put the other solution in. This is just a pre-clean to deprime. Okay, it's not turning because I think I put too much brass. Unplug. Move it aside in case there's a spill. So, I got too eager. You do have to put a limit. Now the fun part. Now there's a lot of pins coming up. I'm trying to shake it off. Try and get just a brass. Maybe I shouldn't have put all the pins. Actually, come to think about it, since I just want to wash it to deprime, I shouldn't have put the pins. Too late now. Yeah, that's a lot of pins. You can fast forward this if you want. Actually, and for the plastic bag, I use a magnet. And there we go. Remove the magnet, and they all fall back in. So let's see what happens. Still too much. Well, I took about half out, and this is very disappointing. Considering the price I paid for this, this is unacceptable. There's no leaks. These aren't moving. Now the worst part is, in my case, anytime I have to return something, it's always a hassle. Welcome to my world. I'm Charlie Brown. So for now, that's what I'm doing. I think I put too much, but since it's a hassle, I might as well do it by hand. All right, after around 2 hours, I did put too much, and it does state 30 pounds is the max. There was no leaks. It leaked before because when I took it off, I forgot to dry off the rubber seal. So if you ever do have to check, just take this off, dry it off, dry this too. So let's see what 2 hours does. Now to lube these and decap. But this is a lot better than the way I did it before. Now my major mistake is one, I put too much. RTM, read the manual. Where is it? Here. Total weight of the drum should not exceed 30 pounds. So already you got a 5-pound bag. It says add 5 pounds of stainless steel media. I followed the instructions. I filled it to the top where it says so. Fill it to there. Add this. Now 500 plus 2 to 3 hours, but you saw how I was doing it, so I said fuck that. I'm not going to turn it by hand by 3 hours. So next time I will do less, 500 tops. And it says here, troubleshooting, a drum does not start rotating on its own. Brass and media setting to the bottom can cause the drum to be unbalanced. Rotate the drum by hand 10 times. That means all the weight could have been on one side, so you gotta rotate it a few times so all the weight is even. And of course, my mistake, if the drum still does not move, remove some of the weight. So always read the manual. But overall, this is just the first cleaning. Very good. Now hopefully I won't have any troubles with my decapping primer now. This is the last one they had. This goes off just as much as the primers. And yep. That's it for now. I forgot to show you how. So I put the magnet inside. There you go. And the bag originally came in. And you just pull the magnet up. Slowly. And there you go. Rinse and repeat. All right. So the next step is drying the brass. As you saw in my previous videos, running for the optional dryer. This also gives a good chance to finalize getting out the last of the pins. So you've already got a couple. So you just drop it and the magnet picks it up. And it also gives a chance to look for cracks, look for anything else, bent necks. That's happened to me a few times. Yeah, it's a bit of a long process, but this way when it comes time to reloading, you won't make any mistakes, or you won't find any issues in that phase. Here's one. Just tip it over. So as you can see, I did a bit too much on the first cleaning, which is why it wouldn't spin. In this scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can process all this easily. But in the cleaning process, that's different. So next time, I'll put less rounds in the cleaner, add it all up. And as you go, you just add them. I'll cut to that part when I'm done checking for pins. And now the last step. Always make sure it's dry. So before I finalize stacking them all, I took the magnet again, and of course some little pins found their way at the bottom. So pretty much I'm sure there's no more pins. So they're all evenly stacked as much as possible. This is a bit more fragile than I expected, but the heat comes mainly from the top. Make sure every bit is properly done, and it turns on when plugged in. As you can tell, it's a lot less louder than the other one. It's already set at 100 Fahrenheit. I've never done this before, so I'll leave it at that setting. Here are the instructions. You can pause it if you want. But it doesn't really say a drying time. So at the default setting, I'll let it stay at that for roughly an hour. At the same time it took to the brass. And in the meantime, while this is running, my little camera stand, it's time for the fun part. Getting the pins out of there. Yep. So in all, I started when it was sunshine. This is roughly almost 2.5 hours in from the time I first started making this video. It's pretty hot already. Thank you, YouTube. Another thing that I forgot, I didn't show you, well, it was a long process sorting through them all, but there's a reason we do that. I don't have a 22, so I don't know how that got there. But look at this. You think that would have fit in the die? Nope. This one too. That one's even worse. So, yep. It took around 20 minutes to sort all this and to find the last pins. But just finding 1 or 2 bad cases is worth it. So never rush, like I did at the beginning. Always take your time. Stop. Bye, YouTube. Alright, YouTube. It's been 20 minutes since I turned on the heater. And since then, I've been slowly draining out the crud into the sink. And in the meantime, I've been using the method of the magnet. And this is all I got. Now it's supposed to be 5 pounds. Let's see if I got it all. Bingo! Now I try my best to dry it out. As you can see, it's a bit cruddy. I use a paper towel to pat dry as much as I could. So, success. It's a long process. It's not like on YouTube. It does get frustrating sometimes, but my best investment. This was for my original safe. I bought these. I already installed one. You install in the safe, and it's like a gun wrap. Your gun or your magazines attached to it. This is the spare one, and I use that to pick up my pins. So the brass is still drying. Have a good night, YouTube. Oops. Alright, YouTube. I let it go for 2 hours, just in case, because it's the first time I'm using this machine. Now it's gotten colder in the garage, so I'm not too worried about overheating. It's not too hot. And there we go. And the first thing I'm noticing, no wet spots. There's one. These are the ones that had a lot of the foam in it. Soap suds. All gone. And again, I don't see any wet stains or spots or anything, smudges. Now these are the lower casings. So obviously a lot of people are saying these ones get less heat, but I don't see anything wrong. This looks just as shiny as my gold coin. See, all the suds are gone. No stains. Different kind of round. Still 9mm. And the bottom tray, all dry. And this was at 100 Fahrenheit, one of the lowest settings. Dry inside as well. No stains. And is there any pins underneath? Nope. So for a first time use, I'm very happy about this. This was worth the money. Well, one, minor stains or spots, whatever you want to call them. But then again, this was a basic clean to deprime, and I'll be doing this again after I do it. So yeah, I think I put too much. Hold on. Not even sure if this will be too much for the machine. 8 pounds. $7.8 pounds with 5 pounds of pins and how much water, then technically this should be less than 30 pounds. So the tumbler should have worked. Interesting. What do you think, YouTube? Was the machine defective? Because obviously this is not, this and the pins is not making the machine overweight. So do I try and call Frankfurt and see what they say? We'll find out. I thought for sure this would be over 20 pounds. Pounds? Yeah, pounds. Okay. And not one pin in here.